Let me ask you this, fellow Taoists. What would you do if the person you've devoted 13 years of your life to, the very center of your world, suddenly fell apart? Not your enemy, not even your friend, but the one you quietly admired, perhaps even loved. Today, we're stepping into a tale that's equal parts heartbreaking and unforgettable. The villainess, whom I had served for 13 years, has fallen. Prepare yourselves. This one's going to leave a mark. But before we unravel this incredible cultivation manual, take a moment to strengthen your reading chi by liking this video, subscribing to the Laughing Cloud Sect, and sharing your own villainous-themed recommendations. Together, we'll unlock the Tao of hidden gems. And trust me, you'll want this one in your collection. All right, let's start with the basics. The villainess whom I had served for 13 years has fallen is a Korean web novel, brought to us by a reader named Story Exporter over on Webnovel. With over 1 million views, it's clearly caught the attention of many readers. But here's the catch. There are only 37 chapters on Webnovel. If you're like me and need more, you can find additional chapters on sites like NovelBin or KingMTL. And for those who dare to venture into the realm of machine translation, NobleMTL has even more chapters. Just don't expect flawless grammar. It's an adventure in itself. Now, what's the story about? It follows Ricardo, a loyal servant, and Olivia, the villainess he's dedicated 13 years of his life to. Olivia is everything a villainess should be: cold, ruthless, and utterly commanding. But here's the twist. This isn't her story. It's his. Ricardo isn't your typical overpowered hero or reincarnated genius. He's just a man who serves, admires, and fears Olivia in equal measure. And while there is a system with levels and skills, don't expect a grind-heavy power fantasy. This is a story of emotions, relationships, and the quiet heartbreak of unspoken devotion. Now, let's talk about what sets this novel apart. There's a lot to unpack here, but I promise it's worth it. First off, the perspective. Most villainous stories focus on the lady herself, or some reincarnated protagonist seeking revenge. But here, we see everything through Ricardo's eyes. A servant who isn't extraordinary or powerful. This shift in perspective gives us something rare, a deeply personal exploration of loyalty, admiration, and grief. It's refreshing, to say the least. Next, let's talk about Olivia. She's not just a one-dimensional villainess. She's layered, complex, and, dare I say, fascinating. On the surface, she's cold and calculating, but as the story unfolds, you start to see her vulnerabilities, her regrets, and even moments of kindness. She's not evil for the sake of it. Her actions are shaped by her circumstances. And that depth, it's what makes her unforgettable. Honestly, if she were a treasure, she'd be the kind that's cursed. But you'd still want to hold on to her. Another standout element is the theme of unspoken devotion. Ricardo's feelings for Olivia are never shouted from the rooftops or wrapped up in some dramatic confession. Instead, it's all in the little things, the sacrifices, the silent admiration. This isn't about grand romantic gestures. It's about the quiet, often painful moments of caring for someone who may never return your feelings. It makes you question, can loyalty become a kind of prison? It's subtle, but that's where the beauty lies. Finally, let's talk about the atmosphere. This story thrives on its quieter, reflective moments. Olivia's fall, whether it's emotional, social, or something else, completely reshapes not just her life, but Ricardo's as well. There's this bittersweet nostalgia woven throughout the story, like looking back on a love that could never be. It's heartbreaking, yes, but also strangely beautiful. It lingers, leaving you with that heavy yet satisfying ache. And really, isn't that what the best stories do? Now, for my brave MTL poison testers out there, don't worry. I've walked this treacherous path for you. Noble MTL has plenty of chapters, but let's just say the grammar isn't winning any awards. My advice? Read it late at night when your brain's too tired to care about the details. Let the vibes carry you. It's about the feels, not the syntax. In the end, the villainess whom I had served for 13 years has fallen isn't about flashy battles or overpowered protagonists. It's about people, their flaws, their choices, and the heartbreaks that define them. If you're someone who loves complex characters, emotional depth, and stories that stick with you long after the final chapter, this one is a must-read. So, fellow Taoists, what are you waiting for? Grab this cultivation manual, immerse yourself in Ricardo and Olivia's journey, and then come back to share your thoughts in the comments. Let's discuss. And, of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your fellow readers. Until next time, may your chi stay strong and your breakthroughs be swift. This is Sectmasterbai, signing off.